Meanwhile, at the Hall of Cage.
Well, I'm one of those fortunate people who like my job, sir. Got my first chemistry set when I was 7, blew my eyebrows off. We never saw the cat again. Been into it ever since.
I did a bare 360 triple backflip in front of 22,000 people. It's kind of funny. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh my God, a gun!
Somehow they managed to get every creeping freak in the universe in this one plane.
Coffee and a muffin. Okay, so I need to establish themes. Maybe banana nut. That's a good muffin.
So just quiet down, my little one, and call me Dad.
We get some balloons and go to the puppet show.
Sorry, boss, but there's only 2 men I trust. One of them's me, and the other's not you.
It's like the heartburn equivalent of a movie.
I feel like that was just like that was a high school play version of whatever that script was.
But
it felt like.
Well, it was,
there was a script involved in that?
I'm sure there was at one point.
I mean, there had to have been.
They threw it out the window after the third day.
I mean, could you imagine how filthy it would have been?
I mean, I'm sure
the original cut.
They had to burn that fucker.
Like, I usually hate breath noises on these episodes, but I hope that long sigh was captured just now because that was 100% fucking real.
Is anybody getting Tums for this movie? Because I
keep Tums in my bag. I might fucking need.
I made to eat the whole damn bottle.
God,
I'll buy you some replacement Tums.
You're gonna buy you some replacement tubs on the bayou.
On the bayou. Remember, you need chicken blood to catch a catfish.
Always need the chicken blood. That's the only way to catch a cat.
How did he get there?
The ghost of horny past.
Very horny. The entire movie was horny.
What is the anti? Like, that entire movie was the opposite of erotic in any way.
So what if we just call it non-erotic?
It was an interection. Like, it was the opposite of sexy that your boner went inside your body. It's still hard, but in reverse.
My genitals have retracted.
Damn, I thought that was a hernia.
They shot up inside of my abdomen.
Completely.
Currently resting somewhere near the bladder.
Your bladder's like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here?
Jeremy, before you put too many of those in your mouth, I must warn you, we have been recording the
I know. Why do you think I've been going ham on?
I just thought you really liked gummy bears.
I do really like gummy bears, but I also wanted to provide that visual effect for everybody.
To start the episode off real quick, want to do another shout out to our boys in Tappahannock. And our girls in Tappahannock.
Yep.
And our unspecified genders in Tappahannock.
Yep.
They've been coming in clutch. We have a full base of listeners there. Or one bot that really likes us. I don't know which.
It's a Sasquatch.
Could be.
And if that's the case, shout out to our cryptids.
Right? And I mean, Wikipedia. Look, I don't care what Pat says. My Bigfoot joke is the funniest goddamn joke in the world.
Which one is it again?
It's the one where, I dreamt last night that Bigfoot and I were walking across the desert that is my life, and we're walking side by side, and when I looked back at the footprints we've left behind, during the toughest parts of my life, there was only one set of footprints, and I looked at Bigfoot and I said, Bigfoot, why when I needed you the most? Why when my life was the most difficult was there only one set of footprints? And Bigfoot looked at me and said,
And that's more exciting than Zandalee.
Yep. I love that joke.
I will have to confirm with a expert I know to see if that's the actual sound that Bigfoot makes. But
please do.
Still a pretty decent joke.
I think I might have told your dad that joke once.
You probably did.
So, everyone, welcome to Cajun Greatness, the show where we watch movies, and we watched Zandalee.
I gotta do the hand motion.
Can you feel my mustache? Can you hear the sound my mustache is making on the microphone right now?
Is it sad?
Probably.
Is it making sad mustache sounds? Because it feels for Judge Reinhold.
Man, I might start a fire. I better calm down.
Like, there was only one decent human being character in this movie, and it's Judge Reinhold. Yeah.
I'd say Joe Pantaloon was probably the most kind-hearted person in this entire movie.
No, Joe Pantaleone, he was cool. He was cool.
And the guy from
Pantaleone.
Gremlins, he wanted just to buy art.
Yeah, he was fine.
And you know what? Steve Buscemi for a criminal in another Nicolas Cage movie, not that bad.
There is a pattern.
Randomly showing up, giving out words of wisdom.
There's a Nicolas Cage pattern of over the top yelling and New Orleans and Steve Buscemi.
No haunted house though.
No.
I'm sorry, Marco.
I was about to say, is this the prequel to the book?
So we watched Zandalee.
Yes.
And despite the fun sounding name, there was no fun to be had here. So we're going to do that thing where we go around in a circle and we tell our regular special guest, Ken Logan, how mad we are that he bailed on tonight and did not suffer with us.
We're coming to find you, Ken.
And then we're also going to give our star ratings and say what we thought of Zandalee. And then we're going to talk about the movie. And it's going to be hopefully more entertaining than this movie.
Yeah, I feel like Ken may have looked up a short synopsis. Even though I think a synopsis would have given you more information than the movie that we watched.
Honestly, yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have. I'm going to look up the synopsis. Ken, and start us off. What did you think of Zandalee?
You could have told me that this movie was written and directed and produced by Tommy Wiseau, and I would have believed you. You could have told me that this movie was written, directed, and produced, and hell, even starring, even though you couldn't see the guy, Neil Breen.
Oh, God.
And I would have fucking believed you. Listeners out there,
Are you flummoxed?
I'm giving it a star. First, it's lucky it's getting that. The only thing that saved it was it wasn't gaudy. At least it had some and we'll get to it. I will go over the few entertaining bits that I suckled from this little morsel. But it's look at me, I'm Zandalee, should have fucked Steve Buscemi, but it's a star. It's a star.
Bravo.
Man, I felt like that would have got a pop with a different audience, but
Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm at a loss because I do agree that it had a very strong The Room vibe to it. There was about halfway through it, especially when just the way that Cage looked in this one. It was just bro, where did you come from? And I think I said this when we got done, is I need to go watch Beverly Hills Cop now so I can restore my love for Judge Reinhold, because
for real,
Billy, I love those. No, I had to give it I've got to give it a half star, because it's going to require a whole thing of Tums to forget this, and me going to watch 7 dumb action movies in a row just to forget this stain.
Wait, Tums is a memory suppressant?
Possibly. It's not confirmed. Don't trust that.
Well,
there was a Harvard study
before you start throwing fucking accusations like that.
I'll tell you tomorrow, or I might not. Just good thing of Tums. That's why I was just munching out on the gummy bears. I thought they were Tums.
Right.
So,
gummy bears.
Yes.
Tummy bears.
Tummy bears. That's the spin-off show for Care Bears.
Right. So I have a habit of rating movies higher than the rest of my co-hosts most of the time. Generally speaking, especially for some of the worst ones, I'll be a star higher, right? Because I'm much more forgiving. I try to find the good in a lot of these movies, I don't even think Gotti is that bad. I didn't hate it. It wasn't good, but I didn't hate it. I hated The Fanatic, or The Holy Mountain, or Left Behind, or Jiu-Jitsu. That streak is not going to last tonight. This movie was so fucking bad. I gave it a star, because I can't in good conscience put it on the same level as Left Behind or The Fanatic. But it is very, very close. This at least had the benefit of being an hour and 20 minutes long.
It felt longer.
It felt very
Yeah,
So much longer.
Yeah.
Because the editing, which can be generously described as slapdash, made it feel longer because each scene lasts about 6 seconds before it jumps to an entirely different scene. 1 star. This is a bad movie. This movie was released straight to video in 1991 to give you some idea of what we're dealing with.
Recorded on videotape.
That was like in 91, that was like reserved for like Disney sequels.
There's like a pattern of these like these movies that we watch that are from the early 90s that look like they were shot in the fucking 70s. And it's just bad.
I bet it's the equipment.
I mean, probably. Like I said, it was home video.
Hand crank video recorder.
Yes.
Like he's having to like stand there and
But Lord,
that was so. Do you have
The international version of this film?
There's an international version,
There is. See, because it was originally rated NC-17
right?
by the MPAA.
so it's a director's cut essentially.
They were trying to save us.
There is the original quote-unquote unrated and uncut version and an R-rated version. I don't know which one we watched.
We watched the R one, I think.
Whatever. The international version has a few more scenes which help explain the characters a bit better than the U.S. version.
Oh, wonderful!
I will not be checking the veracity of that claim, nor would I recommend anyone else do so.
No.
So I'm now going to give you the plot, as I do, of this movie, and we will discuss it. Judge Reinhold is married to Lady, and Lady is unsatisfied with their marriage. Judge Reinhold's friend, Nicolas Cage, shows up and sexually assaults her, essentially. But she digs it because it's the 90s. They have a torrid love affair. Judge Reinhold is sad. Judge Reinhold loses his mind, gets on a boat with the both of them, intentionally drowns himself while biting Nicolas Cage. At which point, Lady and Nicolas Cage attempt to continue their love affair when she is unceremoniously shot by Nicolas Cage's drug dealer, and the movie ends. That is the entirety of the plot
Good night, everybody.
of Zandalee. Thank you for joining us on this 12-minute episode.
We can go home now.
Let's do
Oh
the
yeah, I'm
plugs.
already there.
Damn it! I have to drive. God.
So, Lady spends I don't know her name.
It's Zandalee.
No, the
The actress.
like the actress's name is
Hold on, I got it. It's
Character's name is Zandalee.
Erica Anderson.
But that's a stupid name. I'm not going to say it.
Man.
Kept calling her Zan.
Yeah.
Zanzibar.
Sounds like a fucking Wonder Twin.
God, the whole time I was trying to pinpoint what else I've seen her in.
From
She was
Nightmare
in
on Elm
Night-
Street 5.
Shit, it's right there. Twin Peaks. Haven't seen that.
There was a hot second where I thought that she was the actress
short
from
list.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that played April, and then I had to look it up and was like, oh, God, no.
She, in the beginning, very strongly resembled Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah.
But as the movie went on, you're like, no, this is a different, much worse actress.
So I'm just going to put this out there for the beginning. At the very beginning of this movie, they seemed like their marriage was fine. And then it's like a light switch just happened.
It really did. Because the beginning of the movie is like upbeat jazz music.
And she's like naked and he's like, and they're like happy. And then
she's watering the plants and she's naked.
and then Nicolas
dancing.
Cage comes in and she's immediately just like sourpuss.
Yeah. Like, oh, Cage is here. My husband is a bitch. It's just,
There was even a scene where she went from like 0 to 60 with like. Oh, hold on, I wrote it down because you told me to. Let me find it. I wish you were a paraplegic so then I could understand.
that's right. That is a real quote because Judge Reinhold talked about feeling paralyzed by his life, his job. He's like, I'm a paraplegic of the soul. and that's how she responded.
Well, for a wee bit of context in this relationship, Judge Reinhold and Zandalee, I presume when they met, he was a really good, at least semi-successful poet.
He apparently wrote a book.
Yeah, really. I'd see. I fucking missed that part completely.
Well, it was like laying on the bed at one scene, and he like picks it up, and she's all like, "You should write more," and he's like, I just can't go to the dude's trying to deal with like the fact that his dad died and he was immediately just like thrust into this company. Like, man's dealing with some shit.
You could tell it was his book because it was his stupid name.
Yes.
Jerry.
I just kept
which is spelled with a Thierry.
Yeah, every time that came on the captions, it was a bit jarring.
Yeah. Sorry.
But also, he apparently, with his loss of the art of poetry, I guess his passion for life or passion for lovemaking is also quite out the window.
His dick don't work.
His dick just doesn't function, apparently. And
he put down his pen and his sword dropped too, apparently.
But never fear, fucking Nicolas Cage with what I hope is some of the worst hair extensions I've ever seen shows the fuck up.
Oh.
So he shows up windmilling in a bad hairpiece.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. Like in a hallway, shadow silhouette, just... Yeah, that might as well have been that famous interview.
Yeah, like that was his entrance was like, well, that's Nicolas Cage right there. He shows up to these guys' birthday parties where they have strippers and they're all wearing fezzes. And the phrase to quote him was, "Boy always did have a sweet tooth."
Yep. Pouring whipped cream all over a stripper. I remember that scene because like they get there, he sits down, she sits in his lap, and then immediately gets up, and then it's whipped cream time.
Yep. I just
like some of like the blocking, the editing, here you go. You're like Neil Breen.
And this entire time, also don't forget that Judge Reinhold is doing what might be the worst attempt at a New Orleans accent I've heard in a very long time. Not since Wilford Brimley in Hard Target have I heard a terrible New Orleans accent this bad.
Yeah, it was goofy. It was all over the place. I didn't feel like any convincing bit of his part of the film. Ironically enough, until the end, when
he lost his mind.
Yes, when Psycho Judge started coming out, I was like, okay, I could strangely get behind this.
Waving a gun around and shit.
After him and Nicolas Cage had a dance thing.
Oh, a very intense dance standoff.
And then he just produced a gun.
Yep.
He should have shot them both right there. And
I would have been fine with that ending.
Yeah, same.
Oh man, I thought this movie was going to go so many ways. It's like so many fucking ways. But yeah, I presume that Nicolas Cage and Judge Reinhold, they were pals. They've been buddies for a long time.
Yeah, apparently they went to school together before they drifted, and then Cage shows up working at Judge Reinhold's dad's company.
Yeah.
Southern Cum.
Yeah.
More like Southern Cum, am I right, boy?
For a while, I had no idea what the company was until he was just like, my father bought a radio station at 25? And then by 30, he was a millionaire.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so y'all are a radio company. And then later, Nicolas Cage brings up the fact that he gets fired and he's like, something about cable. It's like, so it's a television company.
It's unspecified media communication.
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to say comm, it's communications. That's easy. I didn't think about that until now, actually.
They probably shifted from radio to cable television or something early on, or satellite or some shit.
Analog.
And see, I also thought there was going to be some kind of weird plot with him taking over the company and fighting for the company, especially when he has that conversation with the guy about the books are wrong. This is what the money they're offering. No, you don't understand. This is what you're getting. No, it clearly says right here, man, that we're not, the money's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your father would, and it's like,
and then it's never brought up
it
again.
never happens again.
No.
He has that weird dinner with that guy, and he's like, you should come camping with me in Mississippi. And it's like, you're going to die.
Come to my weird hunting club in Mississippi.
You like hunting, don't you?
It's like there's 18 different tiny threads of side plots that nobody gave a shit about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just had to have Zandalee naked.
A lot.
Most of the movie.
Fucking 75% of the movie.
There's a lot of fucking.
Yeah. Honestly, like if we looked at the time, just the ratio of her being naked or not being naked, it is legitimately, without exaggeration, at least 50-50.
Yeah.
Like it's probably closer to 60-40 of her being naked as opposed to not.
In the NC-17 cut, I hear she's just nude the whole time.
Even in the scenes where she should probably have clothes on.
In the store, in the shop,
In
helping
church.
customers.
When she's running through the streets and not in front of a train.
Praying next to the priest, naked, whole time.
Yeah, whole time.
Well, remember, the people are the church. That's
Right.
just a building.
Yeah.
You can fucking do whatever you want in there.
Apparently so.
Seems like.
Hey, fucking the confessional booth.
That was less fucking and more rape.
Yeah, that was definitely
She was
more rape.
Yeah.
crying. She was crying pretty hard.
There were parts of this movie that made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's like the whiplash of emotions from like the individuals in this movie. It's just hard to track. You know, like if you knew people like this in real life, you would not want to know these people in real life.
Nicolas Cage's character was like hyper aggressive. Like the first minute that he meets Zandalee, he's just like, "I'm gonna fuck her."
Yeah, that was probably the cocaine. His
Probably.
character is on so much cocaine.
Oh yeah.
All of the coke. And going back to like the fact that there was like so many little tiny subplots, like you said. Steve Buscemi, love seeing him in things.
Oh, yeah.
You could have taken him out of the whole fucking movie and nothing would have changed.
Yeah,
But it was funny.
It was fun. Yes.
As a weirdly philosophical thief.
Well, he was a part of the prison system when she sees him at first because he's like
Yeah.
picking up trash.
Yeah, like but he was a thief because he kept stealing shit.
Yeah.
But like every time Steve Buscemi would walk into frame, my first thought is, I would like the movie to follow him now. I want to see the fun misadventures of this character. Like, I don't care about Zandalee or Thierry or Nicolas Cage.
Oh, and then there was the whole side plot with the old woman that lived with him, Tata.
I think that was
They
Judge
ran with that one for a
Reinhold's
bit.
grandma.
Oh, okay. And her apparently affair where she had some old dude move and
Yeah, no, apparently the whole bit was apparently this dude had been in love with her forever and they were having an affair while she was married and then her husband died and now here he is moving in with. So like she's like tacitly approving of Zandalee being with Cage right up until it kills Judge Reinhold. Then she's like, you slut.
It's like from the get, she's like, I could smell the dick on you. She knew what was up.
So, hey, you want to play Scrabble? I just put a word down. It says strumpet.
and then they have that exchange where that guy's like, "I'll be back," and he just like stands up, and I was just like, "What's going on here?" And it's like,
Well, I think he was just leaving so they could talk.
Yeah.
well, and she was like, we don't communicate.
Like that was one of the more normal parts of the entire movie. He's like, I'll skedaddle so y'all can have some girl talk.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, Zandalee just walked in and grabbed the entire bottle of wine from us. It seems like she wants to discuss something with you. I'll just take my bow tie and mosey.
Exactly. God.
There was the dinner scene too.
Oh, the Marissa Tomei scene. Yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Aunt
she was
May.
in this. What a waste.
Half a scene and 2 answering machine messages.
Remy.
My cousin Vinny, this is not.
Remy or whatever.
It's like, too bad y'all didn't get married because it'd be a Remy Martin.
Meanwhile, Nicolas Cage is trying to, finger bang her underneath the table, and she's stabbing him with a fork.
It's like, this is these two people are having an affair and it's supposed to be cringy and put you on the edge of your seat movie done so badly. Like like all these people are terrible. I don't care about anything going on except Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that all these movies go back to Walk Hard to me now. But like this whole relationship dynamic that they have just reminds me of just like this fucking 5-second scene in Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. It's where they're like, haha, frolicking in the street, and then they kiss, and then they stop, and then she goes, oh, we can't do this. And then they just start kissing again. Oh, we can't. And just slaps again. It's like, it's the whole fucking movie.
Walk Hard sums up the entire plot
The
of
movie's
Zandalee.
universal.
And like the whole time too, Zandalee's talking to Judge Reinhold. Like, I know you're trying to do, but you're never going to make it, Dewey. You're never going to make it. All your dreams are terrible.
It's the whole time it's like, guys, this dude's going through shit. Just talk to one another.
And then the drug dealer at the end, he shows up like, Nick Cage, you never paid for drugs.
Not once. And then murder.
That part, that phrase, what is it? You got to always close the books, or like the accounts come due or something.
Yeah. You always got to open accounts payable.
Yeah, accounts. Yeah, it's like, dude, was he actually just working in the accounting department and just kept fucking shit up, or what? Like,
it was clearly supposed to be a metaphor of like, he owes me money, and I'm gonna shoot, and then haha, this is how I get. But like, it's clearly saying like, your horrible actions have caused the deaths of people around you. Your accounts always come due. Learn your lesson, Nick Cage. Blah, 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 blah.
I would say that guy needs to fucking learn how to fire a gun properly.
Yeah.
Can we? You just want to talk about it now?
Fuck it. Yeah. This movie's not worth anybody watching. They're not going to double check. Like,
okay. Yeah. Don't. Oh God, Zandalee. This was not fun.
Go watch Walk Hard instead.
Yes, please.
we jumped on this grenade for y'all,
but. Like we said, like at the end of the movie, Zandalee ends up getting shot. You know, the bullets were meant for Johnny Collins, Nicolas Cage's character, and the thing was, she's acting like she wants to jump in front of the bullets, right? She motions like she's doing it. And again, editing, never fucking heard of her. And the guy fires the gun. Not only is she not in front of Nicolas Cage, she's still in the exact same spot she was in the last fucking frame, and then just gets shot 3 times in the heart.
and then Joe
Pantaloon.
And just randomly on the street corner, just wanders up.
I mean, they worked there.
Yeah.
Like it was Bourbon Street. That's a busy happening town.
But no, like that drug dealer was like maybe 20 feet away.
Yeah, and that's the first time we see him.
Cage and Zandalee, and Cage, they're side by fucking side. And she's 100 pounds soaking wet, maybe 6 inches wide.
Yeah.
Cage is just Cage. And this asshole still fucking misses him entirely.
I can't believe his fucking hair didn't do the Spawn cape thing and just like shield them both.
What is he, like Bayonetta now or something?
I mean, I'm sorry. That couldn't. I know the top half was his real hair. There's no fucking way. That was some Hulk Hogan fucking fake bangage happening behind his neck.
It was bad. In a history of bad mullets, that one's a bad mullet.
He was such a horrible person.
How is Judge Reinhold going to have better hair than you in a movie? That's
true.
Fucking stupid.
And better facial hair too. That terrible
God.
Goatee thing.
I love how to the listeners out there, I just want to preface this by saying, if you haven't seen my face, which a lot of you haven't, I know some of you have, but a lot of you haven't. I normally rock a beard, but here lately, as of a few days ago, I've entered the stash phase of my life, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna hate it, but I kind of fucking dig it.
Yeah.
That being said, everyone has a mustache in this movie, and I'm just like, you're all getting sued. I'm going to 91, and I'm shaving all your faces.
You should just be Judge Reinhold from this movie for Halloween.
No.
Walk around waving a gun at people.
Yeah, though that sounds like a great idea.
I didn't know where you were going with that at first. You're like, you know what? You should just be Judge Reinhold in this movie. Like, what?
Yeah. You just need to start quoting bad poetry.
The list of people in this movie is shocking.
Yeah.
It's Cage, Judge Reinhold, Marissa Tomei, Steve Buscemi, Joe Pantaleone, fucking Aaron Neville. Singer Aaron Neville plays bartender. Just there.
Damn it.
He had an outfit, though.
I'm pretty sure Aaron Neville just brought that shit from home.
Yeah, it was cool, though.
Yeah, it was a good look. But
the old guy that was the old woman, the grandmother's
bow tie guy.
Yeah, I've seen him in something before too.
Ian Abercrombie. He was in a lot of Seinfeld.
And then the kid from Gremlins was in this.
I didn't catch that until you said something about it.
He just looked really fair. I was like, man, I had to look it up. I love Gremlins.
You think Matt Smith was a huge fan of this movie before he became the Doctor? Because this movie has bow ties and fezzes, and Matt Smith was known for his bow ties and his fezzes.
I'm still confused about the whole room full of fezzes.
Yeah, that was odd.
They were having some kind of, I guess it was like a bachelor party.
What if it was an Indiana
or some shit like that?
Indiana Jones like cosplay contest, but everyone dressed like that one guy?
Well, he made some kind of joke before walking out, like about wearing the fez, and she was like something about being dangerous, and I was just like, is he making like an Indiana Jones joke?
Pretty sure that was the goal there.
Yeah.
Also, remember when I said, man, I've definitely seen Erica Anderson and stuff before? I was fucking wrong. This is the only thing I've ever seen her in.
Well, I know, like,
well, besides the Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
So I was trying to do I think I said earlier, I was trying to do research for this movie just so I could like do homework. I couldn't find shit.
No.
The only thing I could find was apparently the scene where he paints on her. She got like really uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, because it looked like violent and angry. And
yeah. And then
it's on the Wikipedia page.
And that's the only like Wikipedia.
That's it.
Under production. And then, so I looked at the director being like, what all has this guy done? A lot of TV show stuff and random like 3 movies.
Yeah.
He did Free Willy 3.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was made for TV, by the way.
Wow.
Oh man, I was just checking to see if IMDb had anything about this movie. There's not a lot here.
It's the same things.
There's nothing. It's like this movie it just happened, and everyone was like, "Well, that happened. We're gonna go about business." Because like Nicolas Cage's character is repulsive.
Extremely.
Like there is assault of all kinds, like sexual assault. There's full on rape. He smacks people around. He essentially kills Judge Reinhold. He's a drug addled layabout. He can't paint for shit. I said it.
I can't I didn't his motivation made like zero. Like he was just like, you're gonna if you don't leave him, I'm gonna make him leave you. And it's like, you're a horrible person.
Just bad.
I want bad things to happen to you.
It's like, and it's still hammering it home because of the one scene where Zan goes to his flat and like the answer machine, and there's like at least 2 or 3 women leaving messages on his machine.
I think those were all supposed to be Marissa Tomei.
There was one voice that was not, at least, because like it was wasn't, what was her name again?
Remy,
yeah.
Remy.
It wasn't Remy, it was Remy. I don't know.
I thought
it was a bit in the movie.
I laughed really hard about that in my head just because I was just like, it's kind of like Sam Raimi in Spider-Man, and you were in Spider-Man, and maybe I'm just trying to dissociate because this movie's so horrible.
Oh, it's not good. Like the look on my face this entire movie. Have you seen Hot Fuzz?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know the scene where Sergeant Nicholas Angel and Danny Butterman go to the Romeo and Juliet production, and everyone breaks into song, and they're just staring at the stage, confused and horrified with their mouths agape.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was me most of this fucking movie.
You say that, and all I can think of is the gift that I use every time from that one, where him loading the shotgun, going shame.
Yeah, it was a good. I mean, most of that whole movie is like, we should talk about Hot Fuzz instead.
Yeah, we should talk about those movies. They're way better.
Oh my god! And again, fucking A, the back and forth between Zandalee and Nicolas Cage, like especially the one scene when the first time she says her husband's name while they're getting it on.
Yeah.
And then he's just fucking pissed. He like fucking rushes himself off of her and like gets to the back. And then she's immediately like, we can't do this anymore. The next day, like has a key to his place. Like,
On my way to do this some more.
It's my lunch break.
It's like that. It's like, what'd she say? It was like, it relieves stress.
Takes the edge off.
Oh, yeah, takes the edge off.
Like, goes over there and like destroys the answer machine, destroys everything.
And that scene where like he gets off of her and throws himself away because she said her husband's name. You could see the hard cuts where there was other stuff. Mm-hmm. Like it's like it would be like, I'm trying to think of something that the audience or you guys would know. Like there's a scene in Harlan Williams' Rocket Man that I love where like the static is blinking out.
You've all seen it.
Yeah. So like he's talking and it feels like there's static on the phone and you're just missing chunks of what should have been there. That's how this movie is edited, and it's really obvious in that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, I said my husband's name, and that's why with a donkey, and then I was like, we can't do this anymore. That's how ridiculously schizophrenic it feels.
It'd be like if we were having a conversation and suddenly it just cut out, and then the next moment we know we were all screaming at one another for no reason.
It's like I made the joke earlier in my like short review. Like this is very like Tommy Wiseau, Neil Breen esque.
Yeah.
Like it's not good.
No.
Like effort was put into it. However,
The product was not great.
Like, I feel like Nicolas Cage is trying his damnedest because he always tries his damnedest.
I feel like Judge Reinhold was doing like
He sleptwalked through some scenes. I think he could tell what sort of movie this was going to be by the end of it.
he was like, how much are y'all paying me again?
And Aaron Neville was just there.
Yeah. She was just there.
and God, and like I said, like Reinhold didn't pop me until the end when he got fucking full blown Joker mode. And
driving the boat hella fast.
And he's actually acting there. It was really good.
And like we said earlier, like he's in the movie probably total of maybe not even 5 minutes. But Steve Buscemi, he's always a delight to see. Zandalee, you should have went with the felon, for fuck's sake.
Every time it cuts to Reinhold, he's either like sitting down looking depressed or he's standing up looking depressed.
Yeah.
Well,
Or he's on the boat shooting things.
He had to sit down to rest because of all the simulated sex that was in the director's cut of the film. That's a lot of stress on
He's
the
like-
knees and the glutes.
He found out later and he's like, they cut my dong out multiple times.
I was about to say, like, I've seen Judge Reinhold's butt now. If I see his dong,
You're just
like,
done.
I've seen Flea's dong like a week ago.
Yeah. It's all over that Woodstock special.
Yeah, there's a third of the Woodstock special should have been just called Chapter 3,
Flea's dong.
Yes, Flea's dong.
Wow.
But yes, God, what kind of fucking
I still think
nursery rhyme was this?
I'm just going to go with the idea that we had at the very beginning is she died when she ran in front of that train, and this is all just like an out-of-body experience.
Yeah, Zandalee liked to jog, and she kept jumping in front of people and things like trains and shit.
Like
Jumping into the void. Jumping into the void.
There's no way that she beat that train. She died.
No, the stunt person. No, she was fine. She was over here chilling. But the stunt person, however, totally dead.
Just totally dead.
Just
Like-
smeared.
In my head, this is just Neil from the Santa Claus. He's just had a weird dream one night.
What if it's the thing that we talked about earlier?
What?
What if this is Cypher's part of the Matrix?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no wonder he wanted to be rescued. This was his day.
Yeah, he was just stuck in that loop.
Man, but Cypher looking fierce in the dress, though.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, no joke. Like,
when those
no-
kids
no
were dealing
shade.
drugs in front of the shop and she ran outside and he like came out after them and they were like, nice slip. I was like, oh yeah, it's a nice slip.
It's like, you're damn right it is. Fuck you. I'm back here eating steak with sunglasses on.
Like, I want to watch the movie with him and Steve Buscemi just hanging out. That'd be a movie.
We should,
Oh, the commentary.
we
What
should
if they
read
had a
it.
commentary on their own of a movie that they're barely in?
It's just the director's cut of this is just them like with just like doing dub overs of the entire movie. They should re-edit this movie and just cut out everything but leave those characters.
Yeah. Be 6 minutes. Be great.
Yeah,
God.
I'd give it like a 3.
It's like, and when you, like, I don't think there's ever a moment when you think that this movie is going to take a logical turn, but there was a split second where I thought, things were going to go down a semi-normal road. It's when, everything is found out, I suppose. Well, Judge Reinhold, there's a bit where he's just like, he knows an affair's happening. However, he just doesn't want to know. He's like, I know you've been doing things. I just don't want to know, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, hey, let's get away for a while. So they get away. Lo and behold, he goes to the store to pick up a 6-pack. There's Nick Cage over there. And by this time, everything's already hot and heavy. Again, time moves weird with the editing in this film. Like, they've already, gotten to their getaway spot. They've already, smack that all on the floor one time at least. And it was really good because she said the line. She would go, see, our parts do work. Or
That
still
was
work,
so
or
weird.
And then they go to the store to pick up the fucking 6-pack, and there he is, his buddy, also wanting his wife. And then, okay, now this is when my brain thought it was going one way. He walks outside, and he walks out. They do their little dance like we mentioned earlier, and I was just
did.
like, okay, is this got to be like a 3-way dance kind of
Very
situation?
intense, weird dance.
Yeah, it was something.
I mean, it made me chuckle. It definitely made me giggle. However, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to be like, all right, we could still be married, but on the days I'm just not for it, you can have my buddy, right? Okay, yeah, that was one way I thought this shit was going to play out. All right, and then Oh, I'm glad I remember this. The fucking turn is when there's like, he goes, God, who wants a beer? And she goes, I'll take one. And then he's just like, well, come get it. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Like, y'all were just hunky-dory. Y'all were in a shed just bumping uglies about 5 minutes ago. And then it's like, I'll get it to her. I was like, oh, God, okay. And then the gun came out. I was like, oh, my God, people are about to get murdered. Lo and behold, they take a little boat ride together. They were going to go to their old fishing spot when they were pals. And then, Jesus fucking Christ.
He uses a British accent during that part, too.
According to the
subtitles.
It sounded just like Judge Reinhold to me.
Yes, he was just like acting his own vernacular, like from the very beginning of the movie. But the subtitles were like, fuck, you say it to me?
Yeah.
Anyway, he gets flung from the boat.
Judge Reinhold does.
Yeah. And then Zandalee is about to go after him. And then Nick Cage is like, we're going to have a discussion first.
Just fucking pops her.
Yeah. And then
like
fucking
twice.
smacks the shit out of her.
Goddamn right cross. Like, no, we're going to talk.
He's drowning. No.
Okay, now this is where my mind goes, oh my God, she's going to go in, get tangled. And then she gets tangled. I'm like, oh my God, fucking Nick Cage is going to go in. All three of them are going to drown, and then credits. But of course, that's not how it played out.
No. We're going to Romeo and Juliet this shit. Everybody dies.
It's like Romeo, Juliet, and Dave.
Like, because Judge Reinhold's drowning. And then Cage grabs Zandalee, says, you sit right here next to the stump. We're going to have another talk. I'm going to pop you another one. And then he goes out to try and save Judge Reinhold. He brings him back up, and Judge Reinhold fucking bites him in the neck.
Like, full-on chunk out of his fucking throat.
And drowns himself. And he's dead.
Yeah. He's
dead.
Yeah.
That was incredibly unexpected. I just was sitting there, like, just beside myself at that point. Like, actually, I was beside you, but, you know.
Yeah. Which, again, I'm going to assume not a lot of time had passed when he, just came in because the door was open after Reinhold had RIP'd. Yeah. He had been unalived.
Thanks, TikTok.
Thanks for that dumb shit.
This is after the grandmother is, like, trying to get rid of ants, and she tries... Zan reaches down and squishes one of the ants with her fingers, and she's like, I'll go get the poison myself. And the old woman just walks off. Like,
she's mad at Zandalee because Judge Reinhold's dead.
But you just approved of my,
Yeah.
And
hypocrisy and double standards, yeah.
Yeah, but never mind.
It would have made so much more sense if Judge Reinhold's character had shot himself in the face. Instead of the drowning thing, it would have been more effective. It still would have had everything they needed to happen. But no, he drowns.
Yeah.
So fucking weird.
And then
he can swim.
And like after that, it just immediately cuts to the graveyard, and she's got a bag of chicken and biscuits.
Yep.
That she offers to Steve Buscemi.
For reasons, yeah. She was hungry.
Shows up for the third time in the movie. This is probably his minute 15 mark also.
And he recognizes her too. Like, random woman that I saw on the street.
Well, he recognizes someone he can ask for money first. And then he's like, hey, I know you.
Yeah.
Look at my teeth.
I'm just...
And then Nicolas Cage is just waiting in her house. And like, I can't quit you. And they try to have sex, and it doesn't work. And she gets up and grabs a trench coat, goes walking down the street, and he follows her. And that's when his drug dealer shoots her.
Who is the first time we ever see him in the entire movie?
Yes, like he's mentioned by Aaron Neville.
Like twice.
Yeah. There's an answering machine message for Cage, who freaks out, destroys all his paintings, covers himself in black paint.
He had a true Cage freakout moment.
That was something. And then shot. She's dead. And she carries her walking down the street, dead body covered in blood.
I find it I find it interesting at one point when like Reinhold was talking about like he was quoting random stuff like when he was drunk. He brings up the Macbeth line of like the spot, and I'm just like, that's kind of funny. And then it ends on this is kind of. Are you guys trying to just make New Orleans Macbeth?
Watch this be based on some sort of fucking bullshit Shakespearean play.
I mean, if it was, nobody's saying anything about it because there's nothing online.
No, it is bizarre how little there is about this movie online.
This was my interpretation of Flight of the Seabirds.
You know, what I would think happened is the internet collectively ate a lot of Tums.
Well, I mean,
in 91?
Yeah.
Really the most important takeaway of Zandalee, to I guess kind of wrap up this bullshit, is that Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, is a tremendous film.
It's great.
And you should all watch it. Avoid the temptations of Zandalee and just enjoy Walk Hard.
Or Hot Fuzz.
Or Hot Fuzz. Or, really, you could just scroll through our past episodes of this show, and 85 to 90% of the things we've watched other than this are going to be a better option.
Hell yeah, Baby Geniuses.
I said 85 to 90. But you want to know what? I'd watch Baby Geniuses.
I would.
Instead of this.
If you put me in a torture chamber and said I could either watch Zandalee or Baby Geniuses on repeat, I would probably go with Baby Geniuses.
There is not a lot I would rather watch Zandalee than that we've watched before.
I've seen some bad films in my time, but this one is
here. The problem isn't that it's funny terrible.
No.
The Fanatic's bad. I'd probably rather rewatch The Fanatic.
Yeah.
It's a worse movie, but I'd rather rewatch it.
I disagree. Remember, Gotti made me raise my score of The Fanatic.
Right.
I work weird on my letterbox, y'all.
I'd rather rewatch Gotti. I had a better time with Gotti, by far.
Than this?
Yeah. So much better.
Yeah, this movie's just uncomfortable and not fun.
I did rate this higher than Gotti. Ugh. The only reason it got what it did is because Joe Pantaloons and his non-pantaloons looked fucking fly, girl.
The only thing this movie has going for it is that it's really short.
It did not feel like it at all.
I swear to God, there were several moments where I was like, "Yep, that feels about $1.20 right there."
Yeah, I mean, I kept checking my phone every once in a while, just being like, "Has it been that?"
I left my shit on. I was like, "I'm gonna let it charge. My phone's already fucking sucky. I need a new one. It doesn't hold a charge anymore. I'm gonna leave it there." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, I wonder what time it is. I was like, this movie's still going.
Yeah.
No, I resisted the urge to check. I was like, no, it's still going. Because I was looking up information on the movie. I went to the Wikipedia page and I saw before, the other day, Zandalee dies. Okay, that's the end of the movie. When that happens, I know we're done. And so, the last 30 minutes, okay, she's going to die now, right? Please. Please, God.
Just shoot her right home.
I know she gets shot. I saw that word.
Just gets fucked to death.
It's Nick Cage. I'm like, there's a gun. He's got a gun. Reinhold's got a gun.
Man, you must have got really fucked up then.
I was like, that's a gun. It's almost over. Oh, no, he's dead. Fuck.
You're like, we still have 10 more minutes.
God damn it.
It's one of those movies that just warps space-time as you're watching it.
It's bad. I wouldn't want to watch Jiu-Jitsu instead of this. Because Jiu-Jitsu made me motion sick. But it's real close with Jiu-Jitsu. I wouldn't want to watch Left Behind instead of this.
No.
Because I've already seen it twice.
Oh, man.
And I don't want to watch it again.
Shout out to my friend on TikTok, McChisela, which is a huge fucking fan of the film Left Behind.
He is
2014.
Oh.
But it's God, I love that bit, though. Whether it's a bit or not, Ed, you know what? Maybe there are people that enjoy that movie.
I can't imagine anybody but the authors of the book series would like it. Even they were like, I don't know. It's right.
I've come across people that enjoy The Fanatic.
No.
Legit.
Everybody has that one movie that they just cling to.
Wrong with people.
It's that one security blanket, the Fanatic.
Yeah. I'm just gonna write myself in the Fanatic.
Much
now.
like there's this one, it's like, God, I want a warm, cozy movie. Just puts on a copy of Zandalee.
No.
It's standard def.
Nope.
No.
Yo, where's the fucking Shout Factory fucking version of Zandalee?
Look, if you're listening to the show and Zandalee is one of your favorite movies, I need you to find another show.
Yeah. We need you to leave.
You're not welcome
right now. We know who you are. We see you hitting that pause button.
Probably whatever asshole left that last review on Apple.
Oh, what was that?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, no.
The Trump guy.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
That's hurtful.
We're good.
No one's more handsome than Trump. Trump 2024. First of all, fuck you.
You know, Donald Trump was name dropped.
Oh, God, I forgot. I think I already blocked it out.
Second of all, we are all, like, I don't even like myself that much, but goddamn, we are all much more handsome than Donald Trump.
For sure.
Yeah, like that is just objective fact.
Reinhold's ass was much more objectively.
Also, the weird thing is, he left that review with a 5-star review.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like,
Can't wait for the next one.
we're clearly
He's a
not.
fan. They're a fan.
Like, we have clearly never been on that side of the political spectrum. Like, we've not tried to hide that shit.
Nah.
So, it's just weird. It's just a weird choice.
Yeah, okay.
You know what's even weirder? Now that I think about it, technically Nick Cage did blackface in this movie.
He did.
Oh,
I don't think that's quite accurate.
He had black paint on his face.
And his arms and his legs.
He went whole Roddy Piper instead of half Piper.
It's like
So walk hard, the Dewey Cox story.
this has actually just been a secret review for this 5-second scene from Dewey Cox.
I'm gonna have to watch that when I get home to sort of cleanse the palate.
I don't know what I'm gonna watch when I get home.
Oh man, I'm gonna watch. I don't know, maybe some Batteries Not Included 2. They kickstart that shit.
No, you gotta watch the sequel to Grease.
I've seen the sequel to Grease. Cool Rider.
Oh,
We should make a sequel to Zandalee.
it's gonna be 5 minutes long. It has
We'll
to be.
just all shave our beards down to mustaches.
Well, it has to be a zombie movie, right? She has to come back.
Zandalee.
It is in New Orleans, so you know.
Bring Cage back.
Somebody call Marco.
Hello.
It's like God, like I miss
Marco Manone, our friend, our Valentine Marco. That's an idea. Zombie Zandalee. That means you'd have to watch Zandalee, but you know we all suffer for our art, right?
Totally.
Hey Marco, if you're still listening to our show, let us know how you feel about Zandalee.
Actually, I'm kind of curious to see if he's ever seen it.
It is in New Orleans.
Yeah.
We did partly agree that it was the prequel to the book. So
And I will even go a little further. Fucking Steve Buscemi was wearing a white jumpsuit. He was wearing a white jumpsuit in fucking Con Air.
was
Same
saying.
fucking character.
Oh yeah,
it's
no,
the
I
prequel
would
to Con
say,
Air. Yeah.
Like first he was like stealing shit, then he got the taste of blood.
The Buscemi verse. That's where we are.
Yeah. We've entered the Buscemi verse.
No dimmadome in this
And
one.
then
though.
after Con Air, he calmed down, got a new identity, and he remembered his old pal Billy Madison from school.
Sure did.
Yep.
But at some
Well,
point,
Billy Madison remembered him.
But at some
his
point,
fucking life there, bud.
at some point he picked up bowling.
Yeah.
Y'all better like this fucking episode if you got that reference. Come on. We're talking levels here.
Look, we have done our best to talk about this goddamn movie for almost an hour. We've talked about Zandalee more than we talked about Raising Arizona, and I'm sure our friend Eric's face is just exploding with rage.
Wow, we have talked about Zandalee more. But we have made it known like several times that it is, in a weird sort of fucked up way, easier to fucking have longer and talk shit about
Bad movies.
bad movies than the good one. The good ones is like, you can talk about good movies. There are just some you really can't talk about that much sometimes.
Yeah, like good B movies, or like if it's a Van Damme movie or a Lundgren, like he flipped the fucking car, like those are good, and also you can talk about it a lot. But it's like really fun movie like Raising Arizona. We've said it 100 times. Like aside from just telling you what happens in the scenes and why we like it,
It's
like,
a damn good film.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this thing was funny. Oh yes, I agree. This thing was also funny. It just doesn't work as well as shitting on something like Zandalee.
It doesn't work here. You can't be like, oh, he came in his wife again. Oh, yeah.
Look, here's more titties.
Oh my
So many
God.
titties.
Like, wow.
There was full frontal in like the first 5 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I would be surprised if this role like put that particular actress off of like acting for good.
She did do an episode of the Red Shoe Diaries later on.
What is the Red Shoe Diaries?
That was like a Cinemax softcore porn series.
This movie felt like softcore porn.
I also saw like, and I know it was like a USA show, something called Silk Stockings.
That was a late night one. That was a USA Up All Night.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember who she was in fucking Nightmare. Was that the one where she was like working out and then turned into a road? That wasn't her, was it?
It's been forever since I've seen it.
Same. I can't clock that one.
I can say that I'm pretty sure she's a big Gavin Rossdale fan, just judging from that first shot.
Wow.
Because there's a whole lot of bush.
Oh my God. Yeah. God. I mean,
I've been waiting for 2 hours to make that joke.
You're not lying.
They're remaking Constantine. They're doing a new Constantine sequel. He better be in it.
Well, he was quite dead in the last one.
He was a demon.
Yeah, they got punched to death with blessed brass knuckles.
But demons can come back.
You don't know that.
He probably ended up in purgatory. I mean, just because his face, all of him faded away in a cloud of dust. But you never know. We could be playing by fucking supernatural rules.
We all know we want like a holy shotgun.
Oh yeah, look, I loved that movie when I saw it, and I love it still.
Look, Boss Logic, okay, I know you're a big wig and all, you think you hot shit and whatnot, but god damn it, you need to spill the beans on where you got the replica the Constantine Zippos, okay? Yeah. I need to know. You know how fucking long I've been waiting to get my hands on one of those goddamn things? Since I saw that movie in fucking theaters, okay? Since I actually had a reason for a lighter when I smoked cigarettes, okay?
I had to drive to Birmingham to see that movie.
Boss Logic made like a Constantine 2 poster earlier today, and some asshole commented on it. I was like, I just didn't like this movie because none of the characters.
Oh, fuck off, guy.
And Boss Logic immediately jumped in, like, essentially the nice nerd way of saying, hey, how about fuck you?
I hope that guy is listening to this show, because guess what? You know how I became a fan of fucking Constantine? That goddamn movie. So suck it, nerds.
Like, honestly, I've never seen a bad representation of Constantine in any of the extended DC media.
Oh,
that's fair.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan was good. Keanu Reeves was great. And you know what? Jenna Coleman was fucking fantastic.
I need to get to that episode. I haven't gotten around to it.
So goddamn good.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, she's the most screen accurate Constantine.
That's good.
She's like, just like, you're watching the whole time. Like, that's fucking Constantine right there. She's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, love Constantine. So, Keanu. Happy for more.
Go watch Constantine with Keanu Reeves and not Zandalee.
Yeah.
No, God, that man, we should have watched that instead.
Yes, we should have. Well, Pat did request it for one of your birthday choices coming up.
Yes.
And speaking of what we've got coming up, next week we are going to be having a full house on another installment of the Impression Game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
You best turn in.
Following that, October 6th, we will be watching Into the Spider-Verse, which will be much more fun.
God damn it.
Such a good movie.
It is.
On October 13th, it's an Uncaged episode. We're very excited.
Yeah.
Because we're going to the Wild, Wild West.
Not just any Wild West.
Oh my God, yes.
A steampunk Wild West.
October 20th, we will be watching The Wicker Man with special guest Eric, whose blood vessels have probably exploded in his forehead for how much we talked about this instead of Raising Arizona.
And I can't wait to, make him curdle some more.
Oh, it's going to be a good time.
So is our objective to kill this man?
No, he's a good guy, but we're going to make him angry.
Good. All right.
We make him angry a lot.
I'm taking notes here.
Yeah. And then October 27th will be our Scary Movie Spooktacular, where we'll be taking a Twitter poll to decide what we watch, because you sons of bitches made us watch The Gingerbread Man last time. And so everyone who will be on that episode will pick a movie and we'll post it on Twitter, and Twitter will vote on it, and then we will rue the day we were born. It should be a good time.
Now, is this like a free for all? Is it like a legit scary, like bad? It's good, bad, or anything up for grabs?
Just to give a little heads up to show you where my head is at on this, my pick is going to be Ernest Scared Stupid.
Got it.
I'm currently between two. I've decided which one of my childhood terror movies I want to force y'all to watch. It's either going to be Event Horizon or Prophecy.
That's fair.
The Skinless Bear movie.
Yo, I've been wanting to watch Event Horizon. I still haven't seen it.
Of course, if you pick Prophecy, I might pick
The
Prophecy.
Wait, are we going to do like what we almost did last time where you were like going to pick
I picked Krull
and I was going to pick Krull?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Which I found out, and I told Jeremy earlier,
yes.
does have one of those nifty retro VHS Blu-ray slipcovers.
I've got to go get that.
Also, I've got the Marvel Comics 2-issue adaptation of it in the shop.
Yeah. I was like, I think I was telling you about Enter the Gungeon. One of the weapons in the game is the glaive, and it even has the text. I love that movie. I saw it as a kid and was just absolutely fascinated. Also, it's got a really young Liam Neeson in it.
That's fair. So does
Baby Neeson?
Excalibur.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
All right. Well, that's what we've got coming up on the docket. Next week's going to be fun. We're going to get a lot of our older impressions, the retired ones. We're going to revamp the whole system. Don't let me forget to take all that shit with me when I leave tonight.
Heard that.
Hey, take all that shit with you when you leave tonight.
Fuck you. So
He's doing what you told him to do.
Thanks, Cannon. Put down the gun.
Here's the kendo stick. Oh, bullets. Shit.
we're going to drive the boat faster.
Oh, no.
I'm backflipping out of the back for some reason. Blue.
Bye, Cannon.
So it's going to be a big fun time on the impression game with Ken's going to be here, Amelia's going to be here. There's rumors we might have a Pat and a JoJo along with us three, of course. So might be a good time.
Maybe.
Tag team edition. No, I'm kidding.
What somebody say? Tag team? Rumbleverse? What?
And if you like the show, give us a listen on other stuff. Check out our merch store, tpublic.com/user/CajunGreatness. You can also go check out the other show, All You Can Hear. That's Pat's show. And this past week's episode, Monday's episode, was the Letterbox game, Tag Team Edition. Holy fuck, was that a day?
Oh, man. I'm still sweating.
God, that was a tough one.
That was a day.
That was,
tell you.
whoo, boy.
That felt like a shift
Yeah.
at work.
Oh, man.
It was 15-minute increments for every recording bit that we did, and it felt like an hour each time.
Wow.
But it was fun. So
Yeah,
go check
it was a
that
good
out.
time.
Give that a listen. Cannon, where can the people find you?
Well, I have been That Cannon Guy, and you can find me and follow me at That Cannon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Goodreads, and TikTok. I don't get them right all the time. Jeremy.
Fuck?
Yeah, that's
Hey, let me look that up real
That's
quick.
a new social media. app.
Okay.
Beta right now.
Beta, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to sign up for Alpha 5 testing.
I'm getting like an adult warning on my phone.
Dude, I got a fucking. I'm sorry. I know we're in the fucking. All right, y'all. Everyone know I fucking vape. I got a fucking warning on my TikTok stream the other day.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, using what is being used in this stream may be harmful to you, and I'm like, what?
That's pretty great.
Watching you.
Man, TikTok's the worst.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's the Big Brother on TikTok's the worst.
Yeah. Jeremy.
So you can find me on Instagram at Toons Cosmic Reality. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Backwards Hero. And now that it's up and working, you can find me on twitch.tv/Backwards Hero. Right now, I'm just doing Rumbleverse, where I am a 6-time champion and a 4-time tag team champion.
Nice.
And starting in October, I'll be doing Hollow Knight Still Soul Run, where I'm going to cry my eyes out because one death and that's it.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to watch you cry on stream.
It should be a good time. You know what would be a good time? Maybe one day we play a little Grand Theft Auto Online, all of us. The Cajun Greatness stream. We do it on Twitch. What if we do that?
Oh my God, the insanity.
That would be a good time. I think it's doable. Something to look at. Hey, listeners, if you want to watch us play video games, tell us. Leave the comments. We'll do what we have to get it up and running.
I can totally make us do Jackbox games on Twitch, because that's always fun.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that'd be a good time.
Because that has audience interaction.
Yeah, no, I've seen the Game Grumps do that. It's good stuff. So, yeah, if you want that, Cajun Greatness listeners, you let us know. We'll make it happen.
Twitch.tv/Cajun Greatness.
And if you really want to make that happen, fucking send us the shit to make it happen, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need like 3 capture cards. I need a PlayStation 4. And
Yeah, that'll be tier 5 on the Patreon.
yeah.
Yes.
tier 6, we'll come watch a movie with you.
Yeah, we'll come to your house. We already know where it's at. We're
we
going to
haven't forgotten.
Tappahannock.
And this is an old school bit. Jeremy wasn't here for this one, but we will shit on your coffee table.
Yep, we will shit on your coffee
That's
table.
part of it.
That's tier 6.
No, tier 10 is we drive to Tappahannock and do a live show.
Look, we've already got plenty of stops on the Cajun Greatness World Tour, okay?
Oh, okay.
We're going to go to Ireland, hang out with that one guy. We're going to go to Germany, hang out with that guy.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Britain, like Great Britain. I'm not sure where in Great Britain. It doesn't tell me that on SoundCloud. We're going to hang out with that guy.
I feel like all of these fans are going to be upset. One of them is going to believe us.
They're gonna like immediately like making their bed. Like I've got kids' bed.
Oh, dear, they're coming. Oh, dear.
Look, if they'll pay for it, we'll go.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll go to Stonehenge and do a live episode. Mm-hmm. We might get transported to another dimension, but
Tappahannock, we'll go to Tappahannock. That's not near as far.
Yeah.
Columbus, I'm pretty sure it's Ohio. We got listeners there, shitload of them.
There's a Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's Ohio. I'm not 100%. Again, SoundCloud doesn't give me that level of insight.
God's SoundCloud.
Columbus, Mississippi?
Yeah, there's Columbus,
Possibly.
Mississippi.
Like we got a guy in New Zealand and Australia both occasionally listen to us.
Like if we go to Australia, we got to make sure we zip up our tents.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm sending a cardboard cutout of myself to Australia.
And with like a speaker box on it or something?
Yeah, like you can just put your phone on the front part of it and I'll FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Like the heat alone will kill me, let alone the animals.
Like, oh, this is a wonderful little kangaroo. Why's it got a knife?
Oh, it's a knife fight, is it?
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
And I have been Captain Shimmy. You can follow me. Captain Shimmy's Kind of Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music, Captain Shimmy's Toy Box. The cuts in Zandalee were just like that. That is what they were like. Like there's a bit that you're missing and then something else happens. You can also find me here at the comic strip in Tuscaloosa if you want to buy some comics. Hey, if you're a listener to the show and you come into the shop, tell me you're a listener to the show. I'm not going to give you a discount or anything, but I'll say hi. It'll be great. We can take a selfie. I don't know.
What about a crisp high five?
They can get all the crisp high fives they want.
All right.
And yeah, join us next week for the impression game. It should be a great time.
It'll be way better than Zandalee.
Way better than Zandalee. I mean, what wouldn't be?
God, I'm going to work on my Zandalee impression.
I know. Please, God, no.
I can't wait to share it with the world.
It's going to be so fun. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.
How absurd.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
How absurd.
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.